like, I'm gonna just use them in like layman's terms.
Yeah.
I never understood your experience, and I probably never will. However, for that, I owe you an apology, a sincere apology. And I was like, and after that, he gave him the shield that he deserves. I was like, that was great.
That, you know, and
that was great.
We want to agree on the same thing.
I was like, that was an excellent. That was my favorite moment in that episode.
What's going on, YouTube? Sensei, place to be children, Mr. Andy, and the anime hero Swag on Zero.
Burst my eardrum for a quick second. How you doing?
Yeah, we are back with episode 5, The Calm Before the Storm, the episode called Truth for Falcon and Winter Soldier. And boy, did the truth come out in this episode. I swear it did. So obviously we're going to go quick thoughts on the episode and get into our breakdown. This is the last show before the finale, and it's the only show that actually lasted when they said an hour. So next week's supposed to be a little bit over 60 minutes, so I'm excited about that one. So I'm gonna say it's probably came out for like 57 minutes because of the credits. So yeah, but still, that was more that that we got for most MCU show so far to date. So Swag, episode 5, Truth. How'd you feel about it?
This is going to be another time where I say this. A complete nerdgasm right off the bat. I will explain in further detail when we get into the spoilers, but right off the bat, this is a complete nerdgasm.
Yeah, I was watching it and I was just like, this is a Swag related episode because there's so much story being told here.
So much. I was just like,
and I mean, it was just like packed on like, story going on.
I was saying, to get it. That's right.
Yeah, and look, and there's so many more deeper meaning things that's going on that people may have not missed, and that's why we're going to talk to you about them here. But my rating is the same thing: a complete nerdgasm. So.
Let me turn the volume down real quick.
So, guys, if you guys have not seen the Falcon and Winter Soldier episode 5, make sure y'all go, because right now it's a spoiler section. So this is where we're going to spoil the whole show, do the whole breakdown for you guys and everything there, and things you may have missed on the episode. So make sure if you guys have not seen it, go Disney Plus, watch that thing, come back after an hour, and come check this whole thing out. So let's get up into it. So we start off the episode. John Walker's running down. He's running because after he just killed one of the what's his name?
The Flag Smashers.
Well, yeah, he has a name. I want to put some respect on that man name.
Oh, okay. I didn't.
Yeah. So he goes run a beautiful shot of him just crouching down with the shield.
Before that, I was talking to my friend Hakeem, and he brought up. He was like, "Don't you think it's funny that someone was like, man, I'm a big fan of Captain America. My grandfather was a big fan of Captain America. Just for the last thing for him to see is the shield cave in his chest. It's just like, okay, that's pretty. Ow.
Like that's messed up.
Born a fan, die a fan.
Yeah, I mean, like you live by a 3, you die by a 3. So he has a great scene where he's just sitting there and all in his head, he hears his best friend Lamar talk about something. Hey man, you were great. I like working with you because you know how to work in heated situations. And I was just like, woo, counteracted here. And he kept hearing his voice and he's just like, back to work, back to duty. I was like, wait a minute. So he's already justifying his actions. And then we get Bucky and Sam in there, and then he was like, look, you need to give up the shield right now. Because he was saying, like, we got to go after Carly. We got to go back to Flashback. So he's like, no. You got to give up the shield right now because you're dangerous with the shield. He said, oh, so this was all it is about. So we get a nice parallel to Captain America Civil War when it was Bucky and Cap taking on Tony. And now we got Bucky and Sam taking on John Walker in a good opening fight between John Walker's holding his own. I am Captain America. In the fight now, there's not that much shield throwing. This the slickest the Falcons ever look in like a fight.
Yeah,
without I was just saying like, so the wings was helping him, get off the ground. He was using, the tether to try to pull the shield away, and we finally get Bucky pins John Walker up against the this wall to take the shield from him, and they're both trying to take it. He is not resistant, and then Falcon has to Sam has his rocket booster on, and they break his arm
to
get that shield from him. after Bucky takes after they do a tag team shield and swing combination, Bucky takes the shield and does like a symbol like how Cap threw the shield next to Tony in Civil War. Does like to Sam like, yo, take this shield, do your damn job. That's how he looked. Like he's like, yo, do your damn job and get to work. So but it was very emotional seeing Sam take it and wipe the blood off the shield. Like, what has this shield had come to?
Right.
And him just taking it and finally embracing it. Which, by the way, I didn't mention that John Walker rips off Falcon's wings in the fight.
Yeah, he did rip off his wings. Which I was like, okay, so this is where the new costume comes.
Exactly, because then we see that Falcon, Sam is talking to Torres, but he gives him the wings, and he said, don't forget about the wings. He said, keep them, which now is going to give Torres his origin story of becoming the new Falcon.
Right. So it's just new Avengers. Like new Avengers. Really is. So they just throwing all the seeds out.
So we got a black Captain America and a Mexican Falcon. Man, bring on, let them be mad. So now we get John is on trial for obviously going public of that killing. And one thing here that I had to say about this show is that I know we said this before in the past about how we feel about John, but he made him an interesting character because they brought up a lot of things that happens in the military, and because my father was part of the military, and what they bring up because they took everything away from this guy. They took his pension, they took the Captain America title from him, the shield, even though the shield doesn't belong to them, and it stripped everything. He had to take an L on his permanent record for life. And he was saying that, look, I did what y'all told me to do. Y'all made me. I went out there. I did what you was telling me to do, and basically you want to throw it all back on me. This happens to a lot of military people, veterans, where they go out and they do the job that they think they're supposed to be doing, and then the government just be like, it ain't our problem if y'all fuck up, and they just do all the blame on them. That especially happened in the Vietnam War with a lot of those veterans. So this has created some kind of sympathy, not much, but a sympathy for John Walker, which takes him away from being the typical white supremacist, opposed to being, more of the, in his mind, the anti-war hero, which as we're outside the courtroom and him and his wife or his girlfriend, I'm not sure what title they gave her, is outside, and we get approached by Julian Lewis.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know. And from what I hear, this is an important Marvel character.
Elaine from Seinfeld.
Yeah. Oh, that was the whole Easter egg there?
No.
I mean, I know the actress. I didn't know that. About.
Okay. No, the Easter egg, she's Madam Hydra in in the comic books, which people feel as though that this is going to lead to the Thunderbolts, which is the Marvel's version of the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, which is understandable. Which I feel like Isaiah Bradley is going to be a part of eventually.
The Thunderbolts?
Yeah.
No, the Thunderbolts is for bad people, dude.
Yeah, but they already have him as a criminal in this series.
But he ain't gonna work for them. He definitely gonna work for
they will. I was think they will make him by force to do it.
Well, see, that's why I have a different theory.
You did the right thing, taking the serum. Yeah, of course, I know about that. It has made you very, very valuable to certain people.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
Because you go just that man got an ashtray in his wall. That's permanent part of his wall right there. You're gonna make that man do nothing. But we see Zemo in Sokovia that is there modeling a statue, a memorial for the things that happened in Age of Ultron. Then we see Bucky coming up there, and Bucky has a gun in his hand, saying, "We're gonna do things, my way." And he points the gun to Zemo. Zemo's already accepting the fact that this is the way he's going to die. But powerful moment where Bucky clicks the gun and then takes the bullets from his left hand, just drops them all out, showing that he is no longer controlled by, the Winter Soldier. He's free of all this. Where Zemo said there's still a little bit left. He said he's free of this. Turns Zemo over to AO, who is taking him to the raft, which we know the raft is from Civil War, which is being looked over by Thunderbolt Ross.
I ain't like how they did my man, but
Who's Zemo?
Yeah.
No,
I wanted more time. I wanted more time. I wanted more time with him. But I was like, you know what? All right, whatever.
Go spend time with him in the raft.
I mean, all right, that's cool. They acted like they got a perfect record of no one breaking out.
Yeah, yeah, that's good. I wasn't how Cap got them all out though, but still,
swim. It's Cap. Come on.
Well, Bucky says, "Look, I need to ask a favor." So Sam goes back to Baltimore to go visit Isaiah Bradley. One of the most powerful things in the scene. He goes out there, he sees Elijah out there playing basketball. He sucks, by the way. And Isaiah's in the back, warding his guard. He brings the shit with him. He says, "Is that what I think it is? No, keep it in the bag. I don't want to see them stars and stripes. They don't mean nothing to me." And I was like, "We're going here. Let's go. Let's get in the ride and let's go for it." So he goes there and Isaiah explains his story.
A handful of us got shot up with different versions of that serum. They tell us it's tetanus.
Isaiah talks about, about the famous 332 Tuskegee Airmen, the Red Tails, which George Lucas made a movie about that. If you haven't seen it, check it out.
I did, yeah.
And he talks about how they all got shot up with this different version of the serum. And some people had an allergic reaction to it. Some died from it, which is just like happened when they did that whole syphilis experiment, where they were saying they were going to give them the tetanus shot for syphilis, which they gave them a placebo. And a lot of the, the people end up dying from the syphilis or had a bad reaction to it, or whatever case may be. It is to a lot of Black people during World War II. That it's very horrifying story, which if you guys on your free time can go look it up. And then he talks about that there was some PWOs that they were going to just bomb the place so that they could just get rid of all the evidence.
A couple of the boys get captured on a mission. I heard the brass talking about blowing the POW camp to hell to hide the evidence. And I brought them boys back.
But he said, "No, I'm going to go ahead and save them boys." And then he goes save those boys. And it's actually a parallel story to when Cap did it in Captain America First Avenger, when he went back to go save all them soldiers, and he came back. He was looked at as a hero, while Isaiah was thrown in jail. When he did it, he was operated on for 30 years. I wonder why that the serum did not take him out like it did everybody else. And they operated on him, and his wife ended up dying in prison thinking he was dead. And that was heartbreaking. But then the nurse took pity on him, found a way to declare him dead, give him all the letters that his wife wrote him. And basically, Isaiah Bradley is erased from history, just like he said, just like all of our history has been, a lot of our history has been erased from American history. Mm-hmm. And he comes up with a powerful line, because Sam was like, "Look, we gotta get you out there. We gotta get somebody to go out there and tell your story." And he says, "You think I wouldn't be dead in a day?" After they would not want my story to let out. They want to keep that secret a secret. But he comes up and says that, hey, they will never let a Black man be Captain America. And even if they did, any self-respected Black man wouldn't want to be.
And that's on who? The man had a little lamb. Okay.
I had to pause it for a minute. I was like, that is powerful.
That was the line, because that was the line I wanted to have questioned throughout the beginning of the series.
Yeah.
Like, how is America going to react to a Black Captain America? Period. Mm-hmm. That's why I thought the base of the series was going to be. So at least we got that line. I was like, okay, we're good. At least they understand it. They understand it.
They understand it, and
I say understand it without tiptoeing around it, just flat out like, all right, here.
Exactly. And a lot of people, because even a lot of people were in their feelings about him having at the end of Endgame. I'm just like, see, the people who want to make the rah-rah talk or who want to call all this stuff woke, I'm like, let me explain something to you. This is in the comic book. Mm-hmm. Captain America is not an apolitical character. Okay, this man was on one of his first covers fighting Hitler.
Right.
Back in the time before they even went to the war. Mm-hmm. Okay, so this character is heavily involved in politics. Mm-hmm. So the people, that make the most noise or talk about why we talk about this during the superhero show is y'all people who have not read the comics.
Mm-hmm.
Or if y'all did, y'all have a very skewed view of the comics, but this stuff happened. Okay.
Right.
Sam goes back to Louisiana to go work on the boat with Sharon Carter. Damn, what the fuck? My bad. Not even Sharon Carter.
His sister.
His sister, Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was just like, wait a minute. Our family did a lot for all these people. Let's, we got a lot of phone calls, maybe return the favor. And then he started making the phone calls. We get a little montage of that. And they come over to help them, help rebuild this boat. Bucky comes there and it has a delivery for him. He drops off the Wakandan box. And it's basically like, yo, sign for it. I'll be on my way. Kind of, but he said, you need some help? Sure.
Mm-hmm.
His sister comes and he says, hi, I'm Bucky. And he's like, I'm Sarah. I'm like, oh, see a little flirt in there. So Sam didn't approve of that, but I was like, a lot of people didn't point out that Sam's sister's name is Captain America's mom's name.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So, it kind of like made him smile. So they go have a montage of them working on the boat. I like the little line that Bucky says, when he's trying to help Sam, there's this pipe that's leaking. He like twists it back. And he's like, why you use the metal arm? He's
why didn't you use the metal arm? Well, I don't always think of it immediately. I'm right-handed.
Well, I never think about using. I'm right-handed, so
right. Yeah.
I just naturally go for that. So I like. For some reason, I like that little bit of it because it shows that I'm not controlled by this arm.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought it was I thought it was cool. I thought the whole thing was cool. That then finally his sister doesn't want to sell the boat. They want to keep the boat. So I thought that whole scene was kind of cool. John Walker meets with Lamar's family and lets them know that the guy that killed Lamar, he killed, and the family looks at him,
straight up lied to his face.
Straight up lied to the family's face because the killer is still out there.
Yeah.
And they talk about some, oh man, he loved you, John. He looked up to you so much and like that. And it's just like he is mentally going down this dark, dark path. And now Lamar's parents approve of him as being Captain America.
Right.
So we're gonna have these two sides going on, and then we don't necessarily know the truth. So I wonder how that's going to, come out. If they're gonna really make John Walker go all the way to the deep end and US agents, they're gonna try to teeter that anti-hero type thing. We don't know. And then we find out that Sharon Carter is making a phone call to backtrack the Leaper, and he is cursing her out in French. Basically talking about, because I had to get some French translation, that he lost a lot of men on the first mission and he would work for her again. How she came out and said, hey, I'll pay you double this time, which is leading to people saying, like, look, Sharon's the power broker. I want to say no, but I knew how the Mephisto thing was last season to the point where I'm overthinking this thing. Maybe it is, but it could just still be Elaine from,
right.
Maybe so. But I how do you feel about which way it's pointing when it comes to?
I feel like they kind of made Sharon the obvious choice after them explaining what happened to her after the whole after the whole Civil War thing. So I feel like they're trying to lead into that.
So you think she's the power broker?
Yeah,
yeah.
I think that's the path they're trying to go with it.
I want to say Elaine from Seinfeld, but I think I may just jump on your train because I remember how Mephisto felt.
Everyone was a Mephisto fan, and I was, and I ain't gonna lie, I was too. And then I said, and I was like, Marvel never promised this, so why are we upset?
You right. Look, I can admit my faults, so I'm just going to jump on this Sharon Carter train. Now, if it comes to find out that Elaine's the power broker, I'm gonna go back to my overthinking ways for Loki. Okay? I'm just doing that. Bucky wakes up, sleeping on the couch. If anybody peeped that, he's not sleeping on the floor anymore.
Oh, okay. I didn't catch that.
He's like, I don't care. He was out.
I'm not gonna lie.
So Sam's nephews are playing with the shield, and Bucky is looking at him and smiling, which I like how they kind of give that kind of innuendo that anybody can be Captain America. doesn't have to be a black thing, it has to be a white thing, it has to be, a patriot thing, somebody who wants to just to bring good to the country.
I know Marvel Comics going all over the place with it.
They
make it anybody. They make it everyone Captain America. There's now a gay Captain America. There's now a black woman Captain America. I was like, yo, did someone just hit like we need more diversity?
I'm about to say you better talk to your boy Brian Michael Bendis. He the one.
No, he at DC now.
He at DC now.
Brian Michael Bendis been at DC for a minute.
Whoa.
He been. I heard he wrote like this first project there was a Superman project. Randy.
Whose first project is a Superman project, right?
Like Randy ran over. Oh my god! I was like, all right.
So they go out there and start shield tossing, which I thought was like the funnest thing to do. You know what I'm saying? To sit and toss.
This was the best scene, in my opinion, in the episode.
Okay, I'll explain.
With him throwing the shield, and Sam throwing the shield, and him saying like, I never thought I would pick it up again.
Yeah,
and then just seeing them bounce the shield to each other, and then Bucky saying, "Look."
When Steve told me what he was planning, I don't think either of us really understood what it felt like for the black man to be handed the shield.
I didn't know how. Like, I'm gonna just use them in like layman's terms.
Yeah,
I never understood your experience, and I probably never will. However, for that, I owe you an apology, a sincere apology. And I was like, and after that, he gave him the shield that he deserves. I was like, that was great.
And
that was great.
We want to agree on the same thing.
I was like, that was an excellent. That was my favorite moment in that episode.
Yes, I agree. He's like, when me and Steve was talking about it, we never thought about the pressure of giving this shit to a black man.
Right.
Because
we were just giving it to someone who deserves it.
Exactly, because they were simple people, as they called it.
Right.
And once again, with the simple people, like people truly, their experiences are not everybody else's experiences.
Right.
And maybe Cap saved Derek Luke, say in his baton, or in the first Captain America, he probably felt as though the world didn't care, but they do. Okay, and they are very picky on that. And I said I appreciate that apology, and I also appreciate where Sam tells Bucky that he needs to go make amends, but in order to make amends, you have to be of service to his victims.
Yeah, and I like that because that also draws it back to the first episode.
Ooh, bro, him telling him got to go tell that guy that he killed his son.
Yeah, that's going to be hard, but
it's going to be
needed.
That's like the closing shot of the episode.
It's going to be needed.
If they don't do that, that's cheap because he has to address that.
Mm-hmm.
He has to, in order to make amends. Like I said, it's probably gonna kill that relationship. It probably is, but in order to make amends, you have to do this. You got to bring that man some peace.
Right. He was also like, I think that was a good way of explaining, like, okay, it's okay that you're fighting your demons, but you can't just fight them and think everything's going to be okay. You can fight them and they'll get back up. You have to literally like dispel them.
Exactly. We get a Sam training montage of shit how to use a shield, use a lot of flips.
Take his head off.
Yeah, bro, that is frightening. Of having that shield come back that kind of quickly
for vibranium.
Vibranium, I would say, like, I know Bucky can catch a shield, like, say well less resistance, but Falcon be like, I caught it. I've been doing the same thing. Be honest with you.
I'm also looking at how lightly they're just tossing it and how I'm like,
that's vibranium.
I was like, that's some strength. Oh yeah, it is the lightest and strongest metal. Exactly. I was like, they're just and it's just.
I'm about to say what you should be scared of is how John Walker gonna toss that metal.
And then that first I was like, okay,
they're going to decapitate a head right there. Carly is in New York, and she meets up with Backtrack, who gives her what was it needed to go take over the GRC from when they about to vote on the Patch Act. And one of her flashbacks coming there talking about, so we working with criminals now, and she says, "Wait a minute, haven't you heard? We are criminals." So here's my thing. I don't know if you agree on this or not, but let's not, I'm not trying to have a 20-minute one about this though, but I want to really get into Carly's character, but there's nothing that's drawing me in.
There's the same thing with me.
And
I honestly care less about her character really until the whole talk with her and Sam.
Yeah, I feel as though because they did say a lot of her development stuff was cut because of the whole virus storyline that they took out, which I was like, it's very unfortunate because of the COVID that's going on.
Right.
But then I feel as though like I'm into the John Walker character. Every time he's up on screen, I'm just like, hey man, like they're trying. He's a bad guy. He's a crazy guy, and he's doing some shady shit. But there's still that little ounce of something that they're trying to make you feel for him. That's all part of development.
Well, that's you. That's not me. I don't care.
No, I mean, look, don't get me wrong. Like I was pissed. Like, you ain't gonna lie to Lamar mom like that, though, man. I'm upset about that.
Oh, it's still the first episode to me. He had he just looks racist. I don't know what it is.
I just but when it comes to the Carly Flag Smasher character, she's so uninteresting to me. And it's like to the point where at the end I'm like, yo, beat her ass. That's kind of how I feel.
Yeah, they're giving off more of a typical villain role.
Yeah,
with this one instead of the I understand your battle type of role.
Well,
we do understand her battle, but they're not showing that she feels more good in doing this than bad.
Yeah.
And then she accepts the whole consequence. And she's accepting the whole fact that it was like, yeah, we're criminals. So
they show that the GRC about to vote, then all the lights go red, so they about to do a takeover. But we go to the last thing of Sam opening the box.
Oh, what's in the box?
And opens it up, and we see this a little hit of white in there, so we don't get that comic book Captain America Falcon suit, and that's how the show ends. So that was a good out show. Then we get the post-credit scene of John Walker taking his little badge from the army, putting it on the shield, and making a whole metal shield.
And I was like, that ain't vibranium. Your thing gonna crack. Your thing gonna crack.
Which, by the way, now it's that Sam's gonna have a vibranium suit. Yeah, that shield ain't gonna do nothing on it. He ain't gonna break them wings.
Yep, at all.
He not gonna break. But I think that joke gonna look badass. I can't wait to see it.
I think they showed the promotion for it. I just want to see it in action.
Oh, so you got a shot of what it looks like already?
They shown it like a promotional one. It was like a while back. I think it was on the back of a toy thing. Because you know how when the toys come out, they just show everything. So it was in the back of a toy. It looks like the Falcon suit, just with red, white, and blue. Really. But I just want to see it in action.
Are you excited for it? Like are you ready for this final?
Like episode? I said, I just want to see. Oh well, yeah, I'm excited for the final episode. I just want to see the suit in action. I don't know if he'll have the full like cap helmet on. Yeah, like he did in the comics or not. I kind of hope he doesn't. I actually like the Falcon suit the way the Falcon suit is. Yeah, if you just wanted to just switch the color palette, like a next character color, I'll be cool with that.
I'm cool with that. I wonder if we're gonna get Torres as Falcon. I know we're not going to get the comic origin like him being a mutant Falcon. I think he's just going to just fix up the wings and just go out and be Falcon also.
Yeah, I think he's just going to fix up the wings.
Yeah, so I'm ready. I'm really excited. Just like I was for WandaVision. I'm just like, just give it to me.
This series definitely been quiet because all the previews we've seen was from the first 2 episodes.
Yes.
So I don't know what to expect, and I think they're fighting at night, which is going to be hard to see everything.
Oh, there we go. So I got some bad CGI going on, so I hope not. Let's hope not. So yeah, guys, post that comments down below how you guys felt about the Falcon and Winter Soldier episode 5. Hit the like button; it helps support us. We'll be back next weekend with the season finale of the Falcon and Winter Soldier. I will still discuss with Swag if he wants to watch them, and I know we are falling behind on Invincible. I want to make sure we check out Invincible as well. So.
Great series.
Oh, I know it's a great series, but I've fallen behind on Invincible.
Every Thursday, I was like, all right. I watch Invincible before I go to bed, wake up, try to watch Falcon Winter Soldier if I wake up early enough. If not, I'll catch it after work.
Fair enough. All right, guys. Once again, it's an instant place to be Josh Hummer saying the anime hero Swag on Zero.
Thanks for having me.
All right, guys, and we'll catch you on the next channel.